Hey, my name is Chris. I live in Las Vegas and I love the 80s. And what I wanted to review today is Scanners. Scanners! Dude, this was a dope movie back in the 1981. It was probably produced in 1980, then released in 1981. It is a David Cronenberg movie. And of course, with what you can see in the background gives you the taste of what this movie was all about. Now, let's start at the beginning. At the very beginning, you meet this one guy named Cameron Vale who is on the street. I believe he's unhoused. He's not having a good time of it. He maybe has been using drugs. But the government picks him up off of the street and they train him to be psychic and they give him drugs to control his psychic powers. Why does the government pick up this psychic homeless guy and turn him into a spy? Well, basically, this guy is an evil psychic that used to work for the government who is trying to use psychic powers to overthrow the government and to take power, right? So they have to find another psychic just as powerful as he is to track him down to stop his terrorist organization and basically cover the whole thing up, right? Well, so scanners are supposed to be psychics who were experimented on in the womb in the 1950s and 60s. Basically, U.S. doctors experimented on children, tried to use that same Nazi try to build the perfect person, build the perfect soldier. So they had drugged moms who had babies in utero in order to make psychic soldiers. So that is what a scanner is. And at the end of the day, you learn that the homeless guy that was picked up off of the street is brothers of this guy. And you learn that the evil doctor who was doing all the experiments to make psychic babies was their father. So it's very, very David Cronenberg. It's very, very psychological thriller. It's very, very psychic new age world, because that was very much coming up in the 70s and 80s. And it embraced all of that. And of course, it embraced the gore of 1980s movies with this very famous head exploding scene. And there's another funny thing about the head exploding scene. In the special effects world, back in the day, there was no CGI. They created makeup. They created puppets. They created a whole world of animatronics in order to make sci-fi things happen like that in movies. So when they were creating the explosion for this effects, basically the explosion was way too big. It scared the hell out of everybody in the studio, but they got the perfect take. So I would definitely recommend Scanners to anybody who's a fan of 1980s horror. Anything David Cronenberg, honestly. If you want to drop acid or take mushrooms and watch David Cronenberg, I can't promise you that you're going to come back from that trip unscathed. But as far as the magic of this movie, check it out, Scanners 1981.